Good evening, everybody. Uneducated Economist here. So before I get started on this video, I would like to thank George Gammon. A couple of weeks ago, I had given him a shout out on my channel, and he was so taken back by that. He was like, hey, man, I'm going to have my crew get in contact with you. We're going to update your channel with some, channel art and get you some thumbnails going on your videos and stuff. Now, I'm not the type of person who allows people to do things for me, but I am willing to learn from his crew, and Miss Catherine was so awesome. I did up a couple of thumbnails. I sent them off to her. I was like, hey, what do you think of this? And she was like, nope, this is what you're doing wrong. These are the things that you need to do in order to make them right. And she gave me a list of things to work on, and I think I'm starting to get it. Now, I don't know if you've been over to George's channel and looked at his thumbnails, but those thumbnails are like awesome. They're really good, and his crew does an amazing job on his entire channel. It's just a really good video editing, the channel art, the thumbnails, everything about it is just like top notch. So to learn from his crew, or at least to get some guidance and some knowledge from his crew, was like invaluable to me, and I really appreciate it. And I hope everybody goes over to the George Gammon channel, check out his latest videos, go and let him know that the Uneducated Economist sent you, and how much I appreciate him having his crew help me out as far as getting my channel up to date with a little more lively features to it. Okay. Thought I'd talk about China. That video that I had put out talking about the $6 billion that China is selling bonds in US dollar debt. That's not such a big deal, right? Now, it is a big deal in the sense that, it's like the first year they did it a couple of years ago, they did 2 billion and then went to 3 billion. Now they're doing 6 billion. But like Italy sold $7 billion worth of bonds in US dollar debt, and Argentina did like $9 billion worth. But the real big story that goes along with this is that China, the corporate debt, I didn't realize this, has like over $700 billion worth of US dollar debt, dollar denominated debt in corporate bonds out of China. That's huge. That to me seems like it's a pretty significant amount. Now, if you think about it, like, China has like $1 trillion worth of US dollar debt. So it's not as big as like even what China holds as far as US dollar debt goes. But still, that's still a pretty significant amount. 720, I think it was $726 billion worth of it. Now, what is China doing with this $6 billion in these bonds? What they are doing is they are attempting to establish like a benchmark. And here's, so to speak, you know how like the U.S. Treasury here in the United States is like the benchmark for like pretty much all loans? Like wherever the 10-year goes, so do car loans and mortgages and stuff like that. Something very similar to that is happening over in China, where China is trying to create this benchmark for corporate loans. I got this little section here I think it came out of Bloomberg, although I got this out of Yahoo Finance. But it says it like this. With the latest sale, China will have dollar securities outstanding with maturity dates ranging from 2022 to 2096. Those were the result of a small century bond sold back in the 1990s. There will be an increasing variety of maturities of which Chinese corporate debt can be priced, with sovereign benchmarks at maturities from 2022 to 2048 of at least $500 million each. So they're taking the $6 billion, they're busting it over a couple of different maturities throughout the sovereign debt issued in US dollars, and hopefully this will be the benchmark for the Chinese corporate debt and price. So anyway, that's what I feel is going on in China right now. I'll leave some links down in the description. Uneducated Economist. You guys let me know. Be sure and go over to George's channel and let him know that the Uneducated Economist really appreciates him having his crew get in contact with me. That was really cool of him. Very cool. All right. Talk to you guys later.